Welcome to the show.
Matt Sunshine.
I'm the Thing.
And I'm Calamity.
Yep.
That felt very regal that way.
Yes.
Because normally I'm like, that's Sunshine, I'm Calamity. And I don't talk anything like this in real life. I'm usually a sarcastic bitch. It's cool.
That's okay. I don't need to talk like this.
Oh my god. Sorry, I just remembered a great conversation I had today. My mom was telling me about this article she read about a 16-year-old who was like having stomach pains and...
Was it a Siberian tiger?
Was she a Siberian tiger? No. She was having like stomach pains and she gained weight rapidly and she just was really sick and doctors were like, you're just fat and sad. And couldn't figure out what was wrong with her, and finally she was very, very sick, and her mom took her to the ER after like 5 months of this. They removed a 50-pound cyst from her ovaries.
Did they eat it?
No, but my mom's
That's a
telling us
meal.
this story, and my first response was, oh my god, can you imagine her relief at just not being fat? That was the first thing that came out of my mouth, and my mother looked at me with such disappointment.
You know what's worse than a 50-pound cyst?
A 51-pound cyst?
No, Jurassic Park, Fallen Kingdom.
Okay, go for it.
I'm going for it. Going
Go
strong.
in.
So one of the main reasons I don't like that fucking movie is wow, that's trippy.
I like it.
Hello. It's like they had a quota. They're like, we have a character list and we need to have every version of this character, but we can't do it how we used to do it with just a bunch of white folk. So they have every like generic character you can possibly think of as a generic stereotype of a group of people, like
The tropes.
the tropes, and they're done very annoyingly. It's you probably saw somewhere that they removed a scene where the lesbian character says she's a lesbian. And you know what? They didn't need the scene because they made her the generic I'm a lesbian.
Does she wear a rugby jersey?
She might as well have.
That'll do it. That one was for you, Emily. That one was for you.
And that frustrates me so much because instead of just making the characters good and natural, they're like, we need to fit all these criteria. We need to have the black guy, the lesbian Asian ethnic group. They couldn't just be good characters. It seemed so programmed in on what they should be.
Which was to say, not that you have an issue with representation, but that you have an issue with characterization coming second.
Yeah.
They could have
don't
easily
just
come up with good characters and happened to cast a black actor or an ethnic actor
do it.
in those parts.
Yeah, that's
is
the
your
way
argument.
it should be done. You shouldn't just be like, okay, and we're gonna.
We needed a black part, so we wrote a stereotypical
so people don't
black character.
get upset with us.
Yeah.
Because we don't have our character quota that you have to have, I guess. You can't just have good characters that have strong... It's stupid. I didn't like any of them. I wanted them to
So
get
your
eaten.
complaint isn't with representation, it is with weak characters that seem to have been phoned in the name of representation.
Yeah, that's... I think that's the only reason they were in the movie at all.
Was to be tropes to fill in a check
a checklist. It was a fucking treated like it's a little checkbox. You have to have all these certain types of characters because you have to have your nerd that's afraid of everything, and you have to have this character and that character. And I hate that bullshit because it makes it a terrible movie. That's actually one of the main reasons I don't like the movie.
You did tell me that it could have just been a day in the life of Rexy, and you would have been A-okay.
It would have been a better movie. Because there was... And that's another thing. The acting in the movie isn't weak enough for you to, like, have fun with how, like, hammy they're being. They're doing They did what the director wanted them to do. You can tell that they performed in the way that they were asked to. They did the script well. It's just, it was a bad script. The bad writing, bad story.
So it was like just barely competent enough to not have any excuse for how bad it is?
Yes.
Okay.
If it was worse, it
I
would
still
have been.
haven't seen it.
If it was worse, it would have been better. If that makes any sense. If they just embraced the campiness of it, just told,
If they'd gone full John Waters with it,
yeah, just go for it.
I love John Waters.
Just fuck it. It's not going to be a good movie. Let's just have fun with it.
Kind of like the third one.
Yeah, honestly, I'd rather watch the third one than this one because the third one's shorter.
Joseph's reaction to the third one is the
Alan.
best. He just, my 9-year-old nephew just looks at me like, Alan.
See, I'm weird because I think Lost World is better. I don't know if popular opinion or not, but that's probably my favorite of the first three, other than Park. I mean,
I was like,
2 and 3.
What?
2 and 3, you knew what I meant. I didn't really like.
Wasn't there an
Anyway.
enemy down here at one point?
Yeah, he just didn't spawn.
Huh.
So, and then there's the Indoraptor, which is the Indominus Rex, but small and loud.
Which is not how you usually do upping the ante for a villain.
well, you
Like
know,
making it smaller.
there was a scene. Spoilers, I guess. If you want to watch it, don't. But if you do, for some reason, think I want to see this movie because it will be good. It won't be good. What was he saying?
I don't know.
The Indoraptor. There's a scene where it tricks someone to come into its cage, and he's acting like it's asleep, like the guy knocked it out with tranquilizers, and it winks at the camera. It
See,
opened-
that to me seems like at least one CGI
And it was-
editor was like, I know what type of
It
film
was
this is going
it
to
was
be.
wacky, and I didn't hate it. I didn't. It's not like I'm out to get this
If
movie.
the whole film had been like that, you
If
would
the
have
whole
loved it.
movie had been like that, but they really upped this thing as like this super predator, and it really did. It was.
They Ferris Buellered this thing.
They made it cool enough for me to be like, okay, this thing, if it existed, would be threatening. But they also that doesn't necessarily make a good movie. Making something super threatening does not make it a great film necessarily. It just makes you have a scary monster
Yeah.
that you have to put something else with. Which there was no support for the fucking monster either. There was no reason for me to be like, oh no! How are they gonna stop the evil salesman? Because it's always fucking greed in these movies. It's not special to be like, and they're taking the dinosaurs to sell them because they're greedy, because this is the plot line everyone loved from Lost World. My favorite plot line is from that movie. We always have the greedy villain now. Why do we have the greedy villain?
I think
When the movie is based on greed, you'd think you'd be like...
when it's made by the people it's making fun of.
They're like, oh, and they'll be like, oh, they're...
Maybe they're thinking it's a way of tricking us into thinking that they're not that person.
Yeah, that doesn't work very well.
No.
When I just get tired of it really fast. It's so many movies, especially like kids movies lately.
Mhm.
The corporation's always the bad guy. Why can't you have a good corporation that isn't like maniacally
Well,
evil?
because then, at
Because
the
there
risk
are
of sounding
good
like
companies.
my father, the hippies in Hollywood don't like that message, despite the fact that the hippies in Hollywood
Well,
are those people.
that's when we need to remember that the hippies are the actors, not the producers.
It's true. Producers.
The directors, the
creepy
producers. Yeah, they're
What?
they're the creepy rapists. The people that
I'm on the
lurk in
record
the night.
saying that, and I can never have a career now.
What?
Do I go this way?
They are though.
Yeah.
You go up. Good job. You fucked it up.
Good luck and don't fuck it up.
So there is a scene that's really frustrating to me. In the trailer, it makes it seem like the Indoraptor is like super sneaky, lurking within a room, like, hello, I've been waiting. I knew where you were because I've been stalking you. And it was really quiet in the trailer, but in the movie, the fucker doesn't know how to be quiet. It's just like, it's like, okay, calm down. We get it. You're a terrifying monster predator thing. why don't you actually be stealthy and make a creepy scene happen? And it would have been better if it happened earlier and the rest of the movie didn't happen, and they just rewrote the whole movie and changed the setting and maybe showed more than 1.5 dinosaur.
Okay.
Also, the T-Rex somehow gets stuck in a cage and just flies off in a helicopter after the volcano explodes, and he was, or I guess she was there like 5 minutes ago, and they see him fly off, and it's just like, fuck! As it flies away. I hated that movie. But also, I like ranting about stuff that make me mad. I am victorious!
You did the thing.
I don't know. What do you think?
I didn't
Oh,
see it.
and if you like the movie, that's fine. I don't.
I tell you what, if you like the movie, like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know.
If you like the movie, it's not like I have anything against you. And I
Just
don't have.
everything you stand for.
I don't have. I don't. I don't really. If you like a movie and I don't necessarily like it, that's fine.
Unless you're me.
What? No, you can like
I
whatever.
am.
You can like whatever you want. That doesn't mean I'm not going to hate on it.
Yeah, that's true.
I will hate on anything. I hate on stuff I like. Except like Lord of the Rings, because fuck you. Lord of the Rings
Oh
is
my god.
magic.
It's so cute.
And you're dead.
I'm dead.
It's so cute, I'm gonna die.
You want to do some of the things next time?
Well, let me do the spinny thingy.
You really did rant about Jurassic Park that whole time.
I told you I would. I could keep going.
I know you can.
But I would need
did.
someone. I would need someone who had seen the movie.
Yeah,
That
I
way
know
I
that.
could.
I deliberately didn't. See
Well,
it.
I asked you if you wanted to see it, and you were like,
My response
Do
was
I
to
have
buy
to?
you a solo matinee ticket for when I would be at work.
you were essentially like, do I have to? And no,
But The Incredibles 2 was awesome.
it was predictable.
It's my second.
It's a kids movie.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a kid's movie. I'm holding it to a completely different standard.
I don't.
Sometimes it's fun to just go to a movie and enjoy it.
Is
Sweetheart.
it? I go to movies all the time. I've been watching a lot of movies lately.
Yeah. You've been going to the theater alone a lot lately.
Because I actually kind of enjoy watching. Been watching these really not great movies, and then getting to.
Vent.
Yeah, I like to criticize them. Because a lot of movies, it's like Jurassic World's such a great idea.
Yeah.
The first one was such a great idea. And,
Like, we're going back to the park. How cool is that?
well, yeah, they go back to the park. And, how about we talk about this next time?
How about we talk
We'll
about
talk about this next time. I really like Jurassic Park. Do you like Jurassic Park? Well, tell us by checking out links and shit and comment things. And also, tickle your neighbor's feet when they're not looking.
Like, comment, subscribe.
I already said that.
No, you didn't.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Thank
See?
you.
I already said it.